Yo, you already know who it is. King Jones, Podfather. We're coming back to you. We're going to talk about Gareth Bale to Tottenham. We don't know whether it's going to be through by the time we talk about this. I heard links that he's was linked with Man United. Now I'm hearing that he's linked with Tottenham alongside Regolian on a one-year loan. Apparently, they're going to pay between 180 to 250,000 of his wages. I'm not sure about the loan fee. Ban thinks it's a terrible idea. I'm not against it. What do you think?
You always like distorting my words. I didn't say it was a terrible idea. I said it's 50-50 what could happen. It could be good, it could be bad. I don't know. If this was a year ago, I would definitely have taken him even at Chelsea and stuff or whatever. But I think 2 years since he's played consistently and he's 32 now.
31.
31, gonna be 32 or whatever.
Next year.
He's been injury prone.
Mm-hmm.
As far as what I've seen, most of him he's gradually just going slower over the years. Yeah, and now you're literally coming back to the fastest league in the world type thing or whatever. So wait. Can
I just confirm that I just want to put this out there that a 34-year-old and a 31-year-old were top goal scorers last season. But go ahead.
Yeah, but those guys are both those guys are extremely fit and don't get injured and play almost every game. Those guys are phenom to physicality. In fact, they're probably as fast as they've ever been in their career. Yeah, but Bale has been suffering physical deterioration for the last 2 years. You know, so for me, it's a gamble. Yeah, I mean, and I think anybody that's like gone home, like the guy is gonna do it. Like I could get injured in the first 10 games. Yeah, I mean, and it wouldn't be a surprise to anybody. Yeah, because of his injury record for the last couple of years.
What I think, automatically, I think people want the Bale of old. If the Bale of old comes, that's like a top 5 player in the world. I don't think that guy will come. But I think what he adds into that Tottenham team is someone who's won it. So, like, I think Mourinho needs some leaders in that room, leaders by performance. I think he's a big game player, which he's shown, Copa del Rey or the Champions League final. He automatically walks in as the best left-footed player on that team. He's a great set-piece taker. Great free kick taker, good passer, amazing crosser on the ball. I think Harry Kane would be happy to have someone like that on his team that can supply him with crosses. I do agree with you in a way that Mourinho will be very smart. I don't see him playing 90 minutes of every game. I don't, you know what I mean? It's good in a way because obviously, he can play multiple positions behind the striker, on the wing. So he puts some sort of competition between Lucas and all those guys. But also because they've got a lot of cover in those positions, like you said, Steven Bergwijn, Lucas, Jedson Fernandez, Dele Alli, etc., they almost can have him and not worry about needing him playing game to game, match to match. And you can kind of use him. And I think Mourinho will use him the way that he used Ozil. Do you remember when Ozil was at Madrid? Brought him on, 60 minutes, run your heart out, take him off. So I think Mourinho wouldn't go for a player like this unless he had a plan. So I believe based on his plan and the player that Bale is, I don't think you need Bale at his best for Tottenham to do something. I just think you need as fit as you can get Bale, and somewhere between that 2012 season at Tottenham and maybe like his first season under Zidane. If he can give you 10, 12 goals, 10 assists or something like that, and I think they'll be okay with that. I think he'll be okay. I think he's a great player.
He's been a great player. I just don't know if he's still a great player.
Let's be real. They played James Rodriguez and they were like, oh, James can do it. But let me ask you 2 ways. So if it goes wrong, what does that mean for Tottenham? Like if it goes wrong.
Yeah.
What does that look like to you? If they get Bale,
I mean, if it's
how could it be terrible? You're like, oh, this is just what is Bale at his worst? Like, what does he do if he's not?
If he gets the worst case scenario is that he gets injured like the first 10 games and he misses like half of the season or whatever. Yeah, that's the worst case scenario. I think if he plays, even if he's nowhere near where he was, I still think that's a plus for them because that's an extra body, a couple of more goals here, a couple more assists or whatever. It's just the injury record that worries me, and the hunger and desire of the player because. I think for those like elite sportsmen guys, like it's not something you can just turn on like that. You kind of just been chilling for the last 2-3 years, not really being in that sort of competitive mode, football-wise or whatever. And all of a sudden, you want to come to an extremely hard physical English league, and I'm Bale, I can do this, I can do that. No. It's very different.
Okay, so you've watched Bale over the last few years. You're someone that watches the league quite often. How do you deploy? You look at this Tottenham team. You look at Mourinho's. But how do you deploy Bale? You've got Bale, Tottenham, go. How do you deploy him? How do you use him? What do you expect from him?
The thing is, I don't know if he can do that wing job anymore because I just don't feel he has the pace to go up and down. So for me, it would be like almost like a behind Harry Kane type situation. So almost like a number 10 or like a second striker. I think you get a lot of joy. He's also very big. He's a big boy, so strong in the air. So he just add that extra dynamic. And then by playing him in that position, it also allows you to have like a more like orthodox winger on the right and Lucas Moura and Song in the left. So there's potential there. For good things, but
you're not excited.
Just a wait and see for me. 50-50 for me.
You're not excited.
Huh?
You're not excited to see Bale back in the Premiership?
No, I'm excited. Listen, I'm a Chelsea fan, so I don't really care whether it works out, doesn't work out, or whatever. So for me, it's all good. Seeing him in the league.
What does it mean for Tottenham?
It's been one of my favorite players. What's it called? Just generally.
What does it mean for Tottenham to get a player of Bale's level, superstardom? Is it send a statement or anything like that?
I think it's much needed good publicity that they need now. I don't think it sends a statement because they're not buying Gareth Bale at his best or whatever. Like they're pretty much taking a Gareth Bale that nobody else is really interested in at the moment. But it just at least they're trying something for the season rather than just say, "Oh, what is going to write it up because we don't have any money this year or whatever." So they're rolling the dice. Yeah. I'm more excited by the left back this time.
Yeah, talk about the left back.
Regular. I think he's excellent. I watched him because Chelsea were linked with him.
You watched him in the final? To build into the final?
No, but I watched the game against Wolves. I watched the game against
United.
And he was outstanding all the way through. He's pretty much like a winger playing at left back.
So like a younger Marcos Alonso.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm surprised Real Madrid are letting him go though, because for me, he's better than Marcelo. So why they sell him? It doesn't make sense. Yeah, it's possible. Yeah. I think Mendy probably better defensively, but going forward, I think he's way better. So it surprises me. I think he'd be like the perfect. But the thing is, Seville play a very specific way. Yeah. So everybody's trying to like guess what his natural whatever it is. But a lot of that was down to the coach at Seville. Like it's very attacking. It's very, Jesus Navas on the right. Like both fullbacks push up, get wide, cross, and they're very chaotic or whatever. I don't know if that's his natural state as a defender, but it'll be very interesting. I think, if we didn't get Chilwell, I'd love them at Chelsea and stuff. So I think that's a very good signing for them. The only problem is obviously with this buyback clause. It's like, okay, are they risking buying a player that Real Madrid is going to come in 2 years' time and take off them? For cheap and stuff. Mm-hmm. So it all depends whether you as a club think it's worth it. Just like when Man United wanted to sign Haaland and he wanted a release clause of like 50, 60 million or whatever, and they said no. Because they're like, when Man United, we can't have release clauses of that small amount in the contract. So it all depends. Yeah.
What did you make of the games over the weekend and Chelsea?
Yeah, everybody looks like they were lacking fitness to me. Like you saw like a lot of like defensive mistakes or like slow build up play. I'll say out of all the teams, and it's hard to judge because everybody played like different levels of opposition and stuff like that. But the team that probably impressed me the most was Everton.
Yeah, Everton was good.
Because I thought their midfield was outstanding.
I think their midfielders jumped from they were like top 10 or like outside the top whatever. They've gone automatically. They're like a top 7, they might be the top 6. I think they might be top 5, top 6 best midfielders in the league.
But what surprised me the most was the players like football intelligence because 3 of those guys literally just joined last week. So they've had no time to train with these guys or do the preseason or whatever. They literally trained for like 2-3 days and then they were playing. But they were playing like they've been training for like 3 weeks. I
think Andre Gomez is happy, bro, because he's thinking, I finally got some midfielders in that team that are as technically gifted as me. Obviously,
on his wavelength.
And they're all very good. For me, I'm just talking about myself. They're all individual midfielders that not all the top 6, but at least one of the top or 2 of the top 6 teams will take. I don't think, like, if I don't think Decore could get into the Arsenal team for me, could get into the Tottenham team. Arguably, the Chelsea.
I'd take all of them. I think all of them are
Alan,
mighty.
I think Andre Gomez. I think what James Rodriguez has shown so far, he could get into some of the top 6 teams. You know, so I think that they've really elevated the midfield. I still think when people are saying top 4 for them, I still think they're a striker short. I like Calvert-Lewin, but I look at Calvert-Lewin as a player that's going to get better slowly, and he's a heading genius. In terms of headering, he might be the best header in the league. You know what I'm saying? But I think his overall on the ball play and stuff like that lacks in comparison to an Aubameyang, a Werner, a Harry Kane, Aguero, Martial. I don't think he's better than those guys. So I still think they lack that sort of Vardy, that sort of like top striker to really push them up the list, because that's what I think is the difference between teams, you know, teams that are fighting for top 6 and teams that get into the top 6.
Yeah.
You know.
The reason I like Everton, they got like a real nice mix. So what Calvert-Lewin brings, even though he doesn't have the goals or whatever, what he does is if last year he had a better goal scoring season, but what he does is he harasses defenders and he bullies guys in the air. Yeah, I mean, so it also gives you things that other teams don't have. So basically, if you have your Richarlison on one side, you got your Hammers, you got.
You know what's ironic? It's crazy. Iwobi's in that team. It was the first thing. Now that guy is looking hard for that. Because Iwobi plays on the left. I don't see him forcing Richarlison out anytime soon. And in the middle, I don't see him pushing James Rodriguez out. It's real difficult to get into that team right now.
It is. It's going to take an injury or two for him to.
Yeah, their midfield is as good as Arsenal's, to be honest. I don't know. Yeah, unless he wants to force it.
Yeah. I think they could surprise a lot of people. And they're not. I don't think they're in Europe, are they? So they have so they can just concentrate on the Premier League and stuff.
So it's very exciting. Obviously, Man City are still linked with a few more players. How many players short are Man City from really securing themselves as actual favourites, like proper strong favourites? They're linked with Koulibaly.
It's hard to tell with them because if they keep everybody fit and everybody plays to their potential, the squad they've got now is probably good enough, but I'd still like to see Koulibaly come in and a left back. I thought even this regular guy would have been good for them as well, you know. So I'd say probably 2 more players. I think they
always got that passer though, innit? You know what's funny? Who would be perfect for them? Digne from Everton. I think he's perfect. Like, he passes just like he's great at set pieces.
Yeah.
He just wants a passer. He don't care about the quick and running. Because one thing Mendy had, when Mendy was on it, people like obviously write him off now. But I remember Mendy's first 10 games at Man City. That guy was on fire. He was one of the quickest left backs I've ever seen. And his delivery is one of the best, some of the best deliveries I've ever seen from a left back. I've never seen left back cross like that. Obviously, Robertson came in the season. But I thought Mendy was outstanding his first 10 games of both seasons that he got in. But at this point, I think he's an injury record. He slipped backwards. And he's either a backup left winger. If I'm him, I leave. Because I think at this point, you can sit at Man City. But I don't really think that Guardiola's got any sort of faith in him. You know what I mean? He sees him as you know. Yeah, that's what I think.
But I still think that for me, I still have them as favourites for the league, even above Liverpool and stuff. So
Leeds impressed me. Another team, you said Everton. Leeds really impressed me. Yeah, they look.
Leeds were excellent as well.
But going to Anfield and scoring 3 is still impressive at any point of the season. The goalkeeper seemed a bit whatever, but I think that's their backup goalkeeper. But the way Bielsa plays, like the way he's trying to play football, I respect it. To go to the Champions and really like try and put yourself out there, you know. Yeah,
definitely. There's going to be a lot of upsets this season. Yeah. For me, I just can't wait for like fans to get back in stadiums because I feel like sometimes I watch the football and I think like would these things happen if there were fans in the stadium? Yeah, I mean, like I just feel like I see certain plays and certain teams play certain ways, and I'm just like.
Mourinho said about Bale. He said, "I'm not going to comment on a Real Madrid player." He said, "I tried to sign him when I was at Real Madrid, which was not possible during my time there. But the president followed my instinct and followed my knowledge. And the season after I left, they brought Gareth to the club."
You know, he's gonna find a way to take credit for it, isn't it? Everybody in the world wanted to buy Gareth Bale.
Everybody in the world wanted to buy Gareth Bale. I thought he was going to leave, but it was just surreal when he actually went to Madrid because it was like, as much as we say, oh, these things happen, it never happens. A player does not leave a team that's never won anything from 5th place, or not even a Champions League team, for world record fees. Whenever you see that, it's Hazard coming from Chelsea, it's Pogba coming from the Champions winning team, getting to the Champions League final, Ronaldo leaving Man United. Yeah. Zidane, it's not a guy coming from, because that's like the equivalent leaving like, Everton. Leaving Everton, Richarlison leaving Everton and going to Barcelona, like last. But it's just.
that's the impact he had made in the 2 years, isn't it? Like they hadn't seen anybody with
he looked like Ronaldo. That's why he started to look like Ronaldo, and they're like, "Oh, this guy's Ronaldo, isn't it?" That's what. You know what I mean?
And they were trying to match up with Barcelona because they had Neymar, Suarez, and Messi.
Ironically,
they wanted their front three to be great.
When he came, he pushed Ronaldo to have his best ever Champions League season, where he scored 17 goals. It's the best season Ronaldo's ever had in the Champions League. So, I think competition, it does help. But yeah, I see. You turned off your camera.
Yeah, wait, hold on 1 second. Give me a second.
Yo, the podfather had to go. He was cooking something. But yeah, I think also news that Hassan Aouar from Lyon is apparently Arsenal have made their bid and they want to get him. Personally, as an Arsenal fan, I think that's a great signing. I think that he's a very good midfielder. He's a step above anybody we've got in that club right now, from Guendouzi to Torreira to El Nani. Torreira's obviously on his way out, Joe Willock, etc. I think he's an excellent midfielder. He's very good going forward. We saw him in the Champions League next season. He's young. He's hungry. Obviously, we have that French connection. I don't know what country he's from. I think he's Algerian. I think that he'll add a lot to the team. But yeah, that's been our transfer news. Make sure you if you like this video, share it. And yeah, look out for our other videos. We did a top 10 video. And watch out for, I'm going to do a Lovecraft Country video as well, reviewing their first 5 episodes. Yeah. It's been me, King Jones. I'm out.